It's week 3, wide receiver ranking time, where we break down Wild Wild West style, the wide receivers for week number 3. Live in action. On top of that, we might do a little draft or two, some potential Underdog fantasy pick'em contest here with this Nico Collins discount, 49.5 total yards. I get that it's a tough matchup, but 49.5 total yards for Nico. We're smashing the higher on that. And how do you do that? Hi, Smitty. How do I do Underdog Fantasy promo code Smitty? You either use code Smitty or just click that link right there. Smash that link. File on in. It's week 3 ranking time. The Fantasy Football Show begins right now.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios.
It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live!
Monday through Friday,
8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
Smitty, tell me a sleeper wide receiver you have for this week. We'll do that in a second, Bob. We're going to do rankings right now. Make sure you get on over to Underdog Fantasy promo code Smitty. The link's been dropped in the live chat. I'm going to pin the link. I'm going to pin said link right now in the live chat to make sure you all know how to find the darn promo code, which will get you not only 50% match on your first deposit all the way up to $1,000. So you deposit $500, you get $250. You deposit $100, you get $50. You deposit the minimum of $10, you get $5. And we're gonna do a draft here in a second. We'll do a $5 week 3, $30,000 to first place. $5 to join a best ball week number 3 battle royale, they call them. 30K to first place. So we'll be jumping straight into that. But now we go into the saloon, straight to the poker table, and we start ranking these week 3 wide receivers. Now, I am a big proponent of not letting matchup completely dictate your rankings. However, you always have to consider matchup. Therefore, we have matchups at the bottom. So we look at CeeDee Lamb down here at the bottom facing the Baltimore Ravens, and we say, are we worried about this matchup? Are we worried about Dak Prescott? Are we worried about the holdout and how CeeDee Lamb's been kind of, I don't know, not CeeDee Lamb-esque right away out the gate in weeks 1 and 2 sum total. I don't care. I'm putting this down. This card goes down first. This is my first wide receiver ranked for week number 3. And number 2, I might get wild and crazy up in here. I'm going to say Jamar Chase is number 2. Number 2 wide receiver rank for this week number 3. I keep wanting to say 4. I'm ready for week 4 already. Maybe we're closer to a Cooper Kupp and Debo return, so I keep throwing week 4 out there. I'm going to go Jamar Chase exploding last. I don't know if you guys can see all these potential matchups down at the bottom here. I don't know if the matchups can be seen. Let me unlock this layer real quick and see if I can show you. I mean, that's a little better. We can scroll through. I think you could see that, right? So Washington and Cincinnati at the bottom right. This is going to be a good day for the Bengals. I think a bounce back day for the Bengals. I think Jamar Chase has one of those 150 and 1 or maybe 100 yards and a tutty. Maybe 2 tutties. Maybe 2 tutties and 100 yards is possible, but we'll give it like a 1. We'll call it a 140 and 1. We'll call Lamb Chops a 102 effort. Lamb's pulling in touchdowns in week number 3. 2 and 3. And Trace. We got Marvin Harrison Jr. or JJ or Nico or Tyreek Hill. This is kind of my deck of cards, the flop for this top tier. St. Brown's in the flop as well. So, we could say matchup. We got Minnesota Vikings facing the Houston Texans. Let's scroll over and find that matchup just so everyone can see it. Far left at the bottom is that matchup. Houston Texans, Minnesota Vikings. Now, I'm a proponent of letting matchup sway a little bit. But Nico Collins is a monster. Nico Collins is a guy I regret not drafting in every single draft. I have a video on that. Go watch the video. Is the music too loud? Let me turn the music down just a touch. I think it's a little too loud. Is that good? I think that's good. Nico Collins is somebody I want to rank third. I really do. I'm going to put Marvin Harrison Jr. here. I think Harrison Jr. is a beast. I think everyone's starting to see what we've been projecting. That far right matchup down at the bottom, far right matchup, Detroit Lions, Arizona Cardinals. I think it's going to be a potential shootout. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. is now on the map. I think every doubting Donnie about MHJ coming out of week 1, you should be ashamed of yourself. Your mother's ashamed of you. I'm ashamed of you. Take a lap for even doubting for a millisecond. And don't pretend some of you didn't. Some of you came in and go, yeah, I'm seeing a Caleb, this reporter over here, or this garbage content creator, Caleb, is sitting over here telling me we may have miscalculated on MHJ. There's some metrics out there that make it look like he's slow, Smitty. Somehow we must have miscalculated this entire scouting affair. Absolute ridiculousness. MHJ's my number 3 wide receiver in week number 3. Mark it down. Mark it down. All in. All in. Push the chips in. Now, this is a tough call because I've got St. Brown. Same game. Arizona Cardinals down the bottom right corner. Detroit at Arizona. What are we doing with this game? Is this a St. Brown versus MHJ? Gibbs versus MHJ? Is it McBride versus Laporta? Is everybody scoring? Is everybody eating? It's certainly possible. And I think what I'm going to end up doing here is going balls to the wall on this one. I'm going to put Nico at 4. I'm going to put JJ at 5. I'm going to put St. Brown at 6. I'm going to put Tyreek Hill in this top tier at the 7 spot. Is that 7? That's 7. So Lamb Chops 1, Jamar Chase 2, Marvin Harrison 3, Nico Collins 4, Jefferson 5, St. Brown 6, Tyreek Hill 7. This guy, TH, might be new to fantasy. He says, why is Worthy with these guys? Triple laughing emoji. Wow. Look, not everybody's ready for ranking more than the top 5 or 6 guys, TH, but why don't you buckle up and learn something and go get a coffee while you're at it. What a comment. What an unaware Unger. TH, come back after this week, please. Don't vanish and ghost us. I'd love to see you come swinging back in after Worthy drops a absolute, 1 to 2 touchdown burger right on your lap. Okay, so let's go back to this ranking. Actually, this is for you, pal. Worthy's my next ranked wide receiver. Why is he on the list of 20 wide receivers? How about why is he on the list of the top 8? How's that, TH? If you're confused, this is ranked number 8. Let me count them for you. Lambs 1, Chase 2, Harrison 3, Collins 4, JJ 5. St. Brown 6, Tyreek Hill 7, Worthy 8. 8. Not 10, not 15, not why is he on this group of 20 wide receivers? He's number 8. Number 8. Rashee Rice, number 9. Back to back, both top 10 wide receivers. And dare I say, this is a conservative rank for the chief wide receivers. I do think at the end of the day, one will be in the top 5. The thing is, they're both so good. Worthy, Rice, Worthy. Who's better? Each week it will rotate. This will seem very similar to the Collins and Dell rotation of last year. But guess what? Pacheco's out. Mahomes ain't screwing around anymore. Mahomes is going to go out there gunslinging, throwing the football. Andy Reid's going to adjust and say, take our running back out. No problem. No problem at all. ER says Worthy's too slim. ER, how many leagues did you miss on drafting Worthy? And tell us, is it all 10? All 10? Pissing you off, is it? Worthy's number 8. Not 7, not 5, not 4. I put him 8. Rice number 9. DK 7, 8, 9. DK 10. DK's in the top 10. DK has a real nice day against the Miami Dolphins at home. This is I'll put the matchup on the far right corner. Miami Dolphins, Seattle Seahawks. I think DK gets fed. I think DK thriving in this Ryan Grubb system that allows him to run the entire route tree. A lot of people think that DK is a one-trick pony. Go downfield, the go route. Do a go route, DK. That's all you can do. You can't cut across the middle of the field. You're not good at doing all these different things. You're a one-dimensional pony. He's not. DK Metcalf is very capable of running any sort of concept or route you want to give him. He just needs a chance, and Ryan Grubb's giving him that chance. And DK Metcalf's going to have one of those big, huge days. JSN will have a day too. Devontae Smith is still without A.J. Brown, and while he didn't explode in his first game without A.J. Brown, he did pretty well, and I think he's going to do even better in this contest here. You can see that contest in the bottom left corner. Eagles at the Saints. This should be a pretty nice scoring game. Saints have been delivering production, and I think that probably continues against the Eagles, but I think this could be a very, very good game, a very nice scoring game for the Philadelphia Eagle players. And this is where I'm going to rank it right here. I think Evans, by default, just out of mere respect, needs to be listed at some point, right? So Evans, we're going to put you right here. I think Godwin's still obviously in consideration the way he's playing right now. The question is, do we get bold and crazy and put somebody else ahead of him? I'm going to say Godwin and Evans probably go together right here pretty nicely. Adams probably feels like a nice, what are we at? 7 at the top, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Godwin 13, Adams 14. Ayuk, do we put Ayuk here? At a pure volume? Maybe. Tank Dell. Oh, what's Tank Dell doing on the board? Hey, TH, is that making you mad too? Why is Tank Dell on the board, Smitty? Why is Worthy and Tank Dell? Why are they listed on the board of top 25 wide receivers? I don't understand what's going on here, Smitty. I don't get what's going on. Tank Dell. Honestly, I want to put Tank Dell somewhere right here, but I'm going to play it safe. Neighbors. I like Neighbors a lot. He's going to have some big games, some okay games. Honestly, this Neighbors Olave. Who else is behind Olave? Okay. This Neighbors Olave and Dell and Ayuk and Adams grouping, even Godwin in this grouping, it's all very close. It's all very, very close. Truly, this is the meat and potatoes of the rankings for week number 3. Right here. This pile of cards right here, they're all very close. They're all so very close. You could put Ayuk here. You could put Godwin here. You could put Adams here. You could put Godwin here. You could put Tank Dell right here. So don't focus Neighbors right here. Neighbors could go as the first wide receiver in this group. Don't focus so much on this last group. They're all so close. And if you've got wide receivers in this rank, then, I get it, I get it. You don't know what to do, and you've got 2 of these guys in this deck of cards on the right side of the screen. It's hard to say. I don't know who's going to outscore who, Godwin or Ayuk, Olave or Ayuk, Neighbors or Olave. Tank Dell is the forgotten man. It's such a tough crew. What I do feel very confident in to a pretty significant degree is this grouping over here. The rest of these guys. Lamb Chops, Jamar Chase, Marvin Harrison, Nico, JJ, St. Brown. And Hill's worrisome. That's why he's at the back of the tier 1. But he's Tyreek Hill, and he has had some decent outings with Thompson before. So there's definitely a possibility he still has yardage. Maybe the touchdowns aren't there. Maybe they are. Maybe there's some designed short yardage runs, or, hey, turn around, wide back, throw it to Hill at the line of scrimmage, and he takes it all the way to the house, and that's how he scores his touchdown. But there's certainly a capability of like 100, 120 yards, no touchdowns for Hill. St. Brown, I think, bounces back on a terror. I think JJ does JJ things. I think Nico says, you can't hold me back. I don't care what the defensive scheme is. And Harrison, Chase, and Lamb are balling out in week number 3. This is my wide receiver ranking for week number 3. Enjoy. Take it in. Soak it in. And as we come over to this Underdog Fantasy, again, promo code Smitty. Link is pinned in the live chat. Link is in the description of the video if you're watching the replay. And code Smitty gets it done if you just end up downloading the app and you're not lazy by clicking the link. This Nico Collins hire is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And to be honest with you, well, let me close that again and go back in because I gotta reset it. But we're gonna go in and potentially pick a few hires and lowers that I like. Let me go into the screen one more time, and let's go into the NFL tab here. We got Nico as a hire. We got Stroud sitting there with a 1.5 touchdowns over. Honestly, it's the Vikings. I get it. They're a really good defense, but I still think taking the higher, him getting 2 touchdowns seems very reasonable in this game. JJ, I'm going to pass on the JJ yardage because that's pretty respectable, to be honest with you. I think I might go with this Nico touchdown to pair with that Stroud. Dell, I think Dell has over 60.5 rushing and receiving yards. And let's pick one more to make this contest pop. I might do one more. This is kind of a risky contest because I'm going up against a really good defense, but I just want to grab this one for some reason. It's definitely tickling my fancy, and I want to make sure I go bull with this Houston Texan offense this week. I think they're going to have a really nice week despite everybody's scared to death of the matchup. Let's go ahead and find let's scroll through here a little bit. Taysom Hill injured. Where's Kamara? What's Kamara's line looking like? Where's Jordan Mason? Let's toss down. God, these are all. Let's get to the big boys. What are we doing here? Pickens is an interesting one this week. J.K. Dobbins, 58 yards rushing. That seems like an easy one in this contest. I mean, Pittsburgh's tough, right? But they're going to run the hell out of the ball in this one because Herbert is very questionable. Some say he'll play maybe. Some say he won't. That news is probably pending right now as we speak. Let me just refresh X right now. Doing some multitasking here just to make sure that Herbert news hasn't been dropped and he's ruled out. Herbert, quarterback, high ankle sprain, feels better today than he did Friday per source, helping the case to make that he plays against Pittsburgh. That was 16 minutes ago. That is the last report we have on Herbert. So he could play, but I think he's going to be limited. Either way, the expectation is the team will run the hell out of the ball. Can we get some of the better playmakers here? Here, I'm going to search for this because this is taking forever. Let's go Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara's got 68 yards rushing. That seems like a pretty nice one. And if we drop, we got to change that passing yardage for here. Just so you guys see some of these. These are the ones that I like. I won't lock this one in because it's going to take too long to fix that. But Nico higher, Stroud higher than the 1.5, Dell higher than the 60.5, JK even with the tough matchup higher than the 58.5, Kamara higher than the 68.5. Those are all ones that I like. We'll come back to this and we'll draft potentially at the end of this show. Let's do some of the super chats. Super chats have been coming in hot. We've got this one from Case. Case is 1. Dobbins, Charbonnet, or Tank Dell. Dobbins is your safe play. Tank Dell is the high risk, high reward. So pick your poison. If you need a big home run, you could go Tank, but I think DK or JK is probably the safest route for you, bro. Just given the situation, given that they're going to be running the hell out of the ball. What up, Smitty? Start who? JSN, Worthy, or London? I'm going Worthy in almost every one of these situations. Not to mention, and you may have posted the super chat before I did the rankings, but you can see where I have Worthy ranked. I'm ranked number 8 overall for wide receivers this week, so that's a really, really easy call for me. Let's see here. JJ with the super chat here. Flex. What is it? A flex question. 2 wide receivers and 2 flex. Bijan Hall, Achane. Boom. All their handcuffs, boom. Olave, Dell, Reed, Pickens, Zach Moss, Chase Brown, McBride, any trades or upgrades. I'd probably say with this squad, bro, having those RBs, you're freaking set. Those wide receivers are pretty off the hook. You can't really trade anything. McBride's not even tradable. And Pickens has been disappointing, but there's a lot of stats that are left on the table for Pickens in terms of like overturned stuff. So Pickens actually has more of an efficient, I think, year than people believe because of all that negated production. So Olave, Dell, Jaden Reed, I don't think you can trade any of these guys on the high. You're unfortunately in hold mode, but it's not that unfortunate because I like the team a lot. John, appreciate you with the super chat. Hey, Smitty, Rashee Rice or JMO in Dynasty? I'm going to take Rashee Rice, but keep in mind that he could face a 6 to 8 game suspension next season. It's almost certainly coming. So safety wise, JMO's better, because he's not going to miss time. He's also coming into his own. Amon-Ra St. Brown's a walking injury, who we love, but he is a walking injury, let's be honest. So J-Mo's safer. Rashee Rice is a little bit more upside with Mahomes in that offense, but he's going to miss 6 to 8 games. So you got to ask yourself, are you wanting to sacrifice that off of a little bit of maybe better upside per game, or do you want a guy that is going to be out there for 2 straight years versus a year and a half? Jacobs, Hill for Barkley, Olave, London. I'm going to take Barkley, Olave, and London over Jacobs and Hill. If Tua was back, it'd be a different story, but this is a very close call. Barkley is about equal to Hill right now, if not a little bit better. Jacobs, Olave, and London can easily hang with that, but it's close overcome. It's definitely preference, I think, at that stage. It really is not something that I would tell you to take a lap on either side. Diggs, JSN, Reed, Worthy. Trade 2 plus Brooks for Olave or Garrett Wilson. Don't trade Worthy. I'd trade Diggs or JSN or Diggs and Reed. Either one of those guys. Diggs plus Brooks for Garrett Wilson. Diggs plus Brooks for Olave. I'd do either one of those. I'd rather have Garrett Wilson. I do think Garrett Wilson's a good buy low right now. He's also a very good hold. He's also not a sell high, as we indicated. I don't know what the conversion is on this one. Marquez, appreciate you. Traded my Ayuk. Either way, I appreciate you. Traded my Ayuk, Metcalf, or for JT. Metcalf and Ayuk for JT. Kind of a costly move. I think you need a running back. I get it. And let me just look at your wide receivers. London, Lamb, Dell. Yeah, I mean, this is one of those leagues where this is like an 8 or a 10-man league. So giving up a crazy amount of talent for one bigger, better player is not crazy in this world where you're living with Dell and London and Lamb and T. Higgins. It's just that you have tons of depth, but you did give that other guy a whole lot of talent. He did not lose that trade, but you didn't lose the trade in your lineup is what I'm trying to say. You both really kind of won the trade. My Kamara for Gibbs, I'd take Gibbs in a heartbeat, and that's not to say I don't love Kamara going forward. He's just older, so there's a lot of injury risk. Ziggy, how old is Alvin Kamara?
Alvin Kamara is 29 years old and was born on July 25th, 1995.
So he's not even the dreaded 28. He's 29 years old. So, there is definitely a scenario where he drops off at mid-season or something. What's JSN's rest of season wide receiver rank? I think probably in the 15 to 20, but like with upside to be a 12 to 15 guy for sure. Which means he's not the number. He's not. Call it 14 to 15 range. I wouldn't say 12, because 12 would make him a low end wide receiver 1, and he can't probably be that consistently with DK there. But could he be a high-end wide receiver 2? He could. But would I expect more of a high-end, super high-end wide receiver 3? That's what you should count on. That's what you should pay for. That's what you should expect and hope for more. Trade Derrick Henry for Collins? Absolutely. Or JK, DK for Collins? I'd rather keep JK and DK, bro. Trade Henry for Collins in a heartbeat, in a snap. Drop it like it's hot, bro. That's an easy one. Debo and Likely for AJ Brown and Bowers. I take A.J. Brown and Bowers pretty easily, bro. A.J. Brown and Debo are both not out long-term, but we're still kind of unsure as to which one will be out longer, or they both come back in 1 or 2 weeks. Laporta, Monty for Tank, Mixon. I take Laporta and Monty and run because Mixon's injured. I don't want injured players. Young, Tank, Dell, or Whittington. I'm going Tank, Dell, but I love both of them. Don't be shocked if you're disappointed with whichever one you pick, because that's the way, the nature, the laws of fantasy football. The balancing of the karma worlds in fantasy. I hope you've been a good boy and the karma fairy isn't against you and doesn't strike you down and make you start the wrong guy each week. But Whittington is certainly capable of being a real nice surprise this week. I love him this week, but I'm starting Tank Dell. Jacobs, Rice for Bijan. I'm gonna go. It is kind of overpaying. As much as I love Bijan, Jacobs and Rice is pretty damn good. I guess I would say Jacobs and Rice is the safer avenue. Doesn't mean I don't love the Bijan side if you've got depth, but it depends on your team. 14-team PPR can start 4 wide receivers. Offered AR5 for my JSN. I'd take AR5 if you need a quarterback at all. AR5 is the much better side of that trading in terms of scoring. I like JSN, but Ayuk and JSN for London and Dell. Give me London and Dell. London, it's very arguable. We got a lot of JSN fans in here, and we should, because we're a JSN fan community, but I think I take that. 2-0, Kittle out, drop Zamir or Cooks to get a scrub. Don't drop Zamir the week before he gets fed against Carolina, and when the coach says I'm going to feed him 20-plus touches going forward, Zamir's going to have good trade value. It's a very good week 3 play, by the way. Trade was actually Ayuk Metcalf for JT and Dell. Ayuk and Metcalf for JT and Dell. Give me JT and Dell by a country... Nah, not a country mile. Give me JT and Dell by not a country mile. That's a good trade. I don't know. The running back makes you think that, and then you're like, wait a minute. It's not a country mile. I'd take JT and Dell, but it's actually pretty close. Love the show. The show loves you back, Nap. The show loves you back. Flex start 1. Rashad, London, Akers, Steele, Scary Terry, or Whittington. I'm going to go London. And then if I have to pick another for whatever reason, Whittington's kind of crafty. Likely or Ferguson, I'm going Likely. Joe, Braylon, Algier, Najee, Ladd, Shakir, Najee again. Drop 1. You can't, Braylon played, so you can't drop him. You don't want to drop him. I'm dropping Shakir. He's good, but he's not something like you're starting Shakir and you're either struck by injury or something. My Dobbins, Waddle for Achane. Take Achane and run, bro. What are we talking about here? Trade Puka, Caleb, and Caleb Williams and Braylon Allen for Mahomes. I think it's greedy to even ask for Ladd McConkey in that trade. That Mahomes side crushes. Cam Akers or Lionheart. I'm probably going to go Cam safer this week. He is. Lionheart's major risk, but huge upside. I'm going to go Lionheart. Kareem Hunt was not activated from the practice squad, so it's P. Ryan and Lionheart. I'm going Lionheart, but Cam is definitely safer. Hey, pal, 6-point TD pass start. AR5 or JD5, go AR5, although I love JD5 still. Start Evans, Brian Robinson, or Rashad White. I'm going to go Evans for sure, bro. And then start Godwin, Adams. Godwin or Adams. I'm going to go Godwin. He's on fire. He'll be at the Bengals game Monday. I want some photos or video clips of you screaming the fantasy football show as a play's going on, as Jamar Chase is running down the field. I got my first Keon share. I just traded Monty at 25, third, and Andy Dalton for Keon Coleman. So traded Monty at 25. I like that. In Dynasty, I like that a lot. That's a very, very good team. How are we feeling about this? I love the pivot since I'm rebuilding again. I do like it. I think Keon Coleman, I think we're going to be hitting that Keon Coleman video animation very, very soon. We're kind of holding off and allowing him to explode before we hit that button again, I think. So for those that missed the beginning of the show, here are my wide receiver rankings for week number 3. Lamb Chops is 1, Jamar Chase is 2, Marvin Harrison Jr. 3, Nico Collins 4, JJ 5, St. Brown 6, Tyreek Hill 7, Xavier Worthy 8, Rashee Rice 9, DK Metcalf rounds out the top 10. Devontae Smith, Mike Evans, and then it's a grab bag. This is not in any particular order. I did order it, and then I started moving it all around. Because it's I like Dell, I like Olave, I like Godwin, I like Adams, I like Ayuk based on volume this week, and Neighbors. If I had to pick one, I guess I'd say Neighbors and Godwin have, no, I can't. That's why it's a grab bag. I keep going back and forth every time I look at it. I don't know what to do. It's so tough. If I got a question, Smitty picked 2 out of this group, this grab bag deck of cards on the bottom right corner of the screen, I'd be all over the place. Every question, I think I'd waver and say a different answer because you just can't. It's so close. It is so close. Phone lines are open. Dial in.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Brought to you by theattic.shop. Get your attic apparel. Look at these hoodies. I love this King Kong versus Godzilla. I need to get a new fresh one of those. I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna reach out to my boys over at the shop and see if we can get one. Let's go to Gavin from Arizona. Gavin, you're live.
I made a trade in my league. I want to ask if it's good.
You don't sound very confident about it, but go ahead.
I traded Mike Evans and George Pickens for Jamar Chase.
Evans and Pickens for Jamar Chase. I mean, yeah. I mean, you have the depth to do that.
Yeah, I have Neighbors and I have Coleman too. Okay.
Yeah, I like that. I think Coleman's gonna
I have
do.
Bijan and Chase now.
Yeah, Bijan and Chase, do it live. I mean, this is worth the gamble. Plus, he's gonna go nuts this week. Jamar Chase is gonna go absolutely bananas.
And I picked Alex Pierce off waivers. I traded him for just Rashad White.
Okay. That one's okay. I mean, I wouldn't consider that it myself. I'm just saying, I don't like Rashad White, but make sure you get Bucky Irving. If he's on waivers, bro, then you'll lock down that situation. All right, bro. Gavin, appreciate you. Call back if you got another one. Joe the Realist with his super chat real quickly. Joe says, I have loved JT, Gibbs, Jacobs, Rice, Ayuk, Reed, Kirk, Kupp, Ladd, Kincaid. Also drop Kirk for a Rams wide receiver. Yeah, I mean Whittington. I like Whittington more than I like Kirk right now. But Rice, Jacobs. Okay, so now would you do Rice, Jacobs for Bijan? So with this information, Rice and Jacobs for Bijan. So you'd have Bijan, JT, Gibbs, Ayuk, Reed, Kupp. If Kupp were healthy, I'd say maybe. That's a tough one. I mean, I go back and forth on it, bro. Rice is a monster for me. I have him ranked as my number 8 wide receiver this week, and that's being very conservative. And I think that Jacobs is solid. I'm going to say, yeah, get Bijan. I would get Bijan. I'd try and get something back, though. Something back, even if it's small. You know, then it might make a little bit of a difference. But, yeah, I mean, look, you want to get Bijan, the number 1, number 2, number 3 overall pick. And I know that people are going to say, well, is he really that good this year? He's been getting the volume. The volume's there. The touchdowns will come. Kirk Cousins was getting in his groove. And if he doesn't stay in his groove, Penix Jr. will be out there before long. But if he stays in his groove, then I think the offense is going to eat a little more. And Bijan's going to get the opportunities. He's getting the volume. The touchdowns will come. And then Bryson with the super chat real quickly. Then I'll go to the phone line again. Start 2, Whittington, Coleman, Dell, and Christian Watson. Give me Coleman and Dell. But if you're going to sit anybody, sit Coleman for Whittington. Don't sit Dell. Well, yeah. I'd say Dell and Coleman for me, but Whittington's very, very hard to sit. Very hard to sit. Okay, let's go over to Travis. Travis, you're live. Everybody else mute if you could.
Hey, so I have Gibbs obviously in my lineup. Would you go Monty or Worthy this week at the flex?
There's very few situations where I'm sitting Worthy. I think Worthy. Okay. I have Worthy here, but as I've said all week long, Worthy to me is going to be nearly unbenchable. Like I have him here by default, but I'm telling you, I think one of Rice or Worthy is going to be in the top 5 for the wide receiver rankings.
Yeah, well, I have Rice as well. So I have Rice, Worthy.
I'm starting them both.
So every week I'm kind of.
Yeah, I'm starting them both, especially with Pacheco down. With Pacheco down, they're throwing the hell out of the ball. But
seems like it.
Monty's no slouch. I mean, he's good, but I just think that
And with Akers, I mean, he's obviously just a fill-in right now. How would you feel about, like, if you're trading him? Are you like, you trade him for Pickens, right?
Yeah,
if holding to see.
I would hold Akers to see if his value goes up because he will have a good day. But if someone's willing to pay in advance for off of the week, like, hey, I'll give you Pickens, I just take it now.
All right, and then what about, like, would you trade Kincaid and Akers for Bowers right now?
Yes.
Because I'm thinking about offering that up.
Yeah,
not Kincaid and another.
Not a knock on Kincaid, just a affirmation of Bowers' greatness.
Right.
He's going to the top.
Thanks.
He's going. Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Hold on 1 second, Travis. Hang tight right there. Everybody, stay muted real quick. $20 hauler from George. George, you're going to Mars, pal.
To Mars.
Congratulations, George. George, thank you. AR5, Gibbs, Charbonnet, Garrett Wilson, DK Worthy, Flex, Akers, Naylor, Bench, Cup, Walker. Okay, drop Benson for Whittington. No, I mean, I don't know. Benson's so hard to drop, bro. I mean, right now he's not in a prominent position. And I'll be honest with you, he looks a little bit hesitant when he's running still, but I still think there's tons of upside. They drafted it for a reason. I guess if you monitor him, I'm not okay with it, but I understand it. I guess I would say to myself, if I'm not using Naylor or Akers, though, I'd rather have Benson for the long term of the season. So if you don't think you're starting Naylor as good as he could be, Addison's out, so Naylor's going to get a lot of work. But I'd rather have Benson on the long term. It might not feel that way this week. You might be kicking yourself if Naylor does good, but I'm not going to worry about it because I think Benson's the hold. As far as needing a receiver, the best way to go about this, and I don't think you do, you got Worthy, DK, and Garrett Wilson, so I don't know what you're talking about. But if you were to trade, like, let's say, Brooks and Cup away, you could maybe reach for those players right there, like Rice, like Worthy. I'm sorry, not Worthy. Rice and St. Brown, and they're all within reach with if you give Cup and you give the additional piece of even like let's see here, Cup and Walker. I don't know. If I'm you, I'm not worried about my wide receivers, bro. Garrett Wilson, DK, and Worthy, you're fine. I would trade Cup and Walker for the biggest player I could, whether it's a running back or a wide receiver. If that ended up being Kyron, or if it ended up being JT, or anybody in that territory, I would say Gibbs, but you got Gibbs. But any player right there, I would trade that duo for. I don't care if it's a running back. You don't necessarily need to worry about running back or wide receiver. 12-team, Lamar, Achane, Mason, Harrison, Kincaid. Do I flex Monty, Zach Moss, Waddle, and do I start Kincaid or Likely? I'll probably start Kincaid this week. I'm not giving up on Kincaid at all, so he deserves a start. But Likely's very good. You might even want to trade one or the other after this week, assuming one pops off. You can get some value, and I still trust both of them. So I trade whichever one can get me an upgrade somewhere. But your team, Lamar, Achane, Mason, Marvin, J-Mo, Kincaid's very solid. I don't even see much of a trade situation here yet, unless you're trading like Waddle and Monty together for one player, or Monty and J-Mo for one player. I don't touch Achane. I don't touch Mason. Well, I maybe trade Mason in anticipation of maybe him having a timeshare eventually. You could maybe even do like Waddle and Mason for Bijan, who people are probably a little bit hesitant on right now that have him, or go after another top, 4 running back, Gibbs of sorts. Very good team, and I'd be very tempted to use Waddle to upgrade Jackson into Mahomes, or use Monty to upgrade Jackson into Mahomes. So very, very good squad, my friend. Appreciate the $20 hauler. And then the final super chat, and then onto the phone line again. This one's from Philly. Philly says Connor or Deontay Johnson. Connor and Deontay Johnson for DK Metcalf and Zay Flowers. Bro, I'd take DK Metcalf alone for that. So obviously I'm going to say yes to that. Let me go on over to Chris from Rhode Island. Chris, you're live.
Hey, Smitty, how you doing today?
I'm good, bro. What can I do for you?
So I traded Derrick Henry at the beginning of the week for Rashad White and Tank Dell.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why you'd want Rashad White at all.
I think people are getting too low on Henry now. I think they were too high, and now they're getting a little too low.
So one of the things that I wanted to ask you was,
He sounds defeated now. I'm sorry, bro.
No,
you sound defeated. You sound defeated. I don't think. Look, Dell could earn his keep. on this trade.
Yeah, fuck you.
Like, don't think that you didn't get good value at all. I'm just saying you bought Rachaad White as if he's some amazing starting running back, and he's not. So.
Well, I bought him as a trade value in case he does good this week.
What if he doesn't?
Yeah, that's true too. But one of the questions that I had was, so in my flex, I have Jordan Mason, Rachaad White, Zach Charbonnet, and Zach Moss, but I also have Jackson Smith and Jigba and Tank Dell. Who would you put in a flex in that position?
You said Zach Moss, Dell.
Zach Moss, Dell, Charbonnet, Rachaad White, and JSN.
I mean, that's a tough call. Maybe you can start making some trades. I don't know. I probably would say, like, JSN's a very safe play, and he's definitely looking solid right now. But I'm gonna go Sharbs for safety. The volume's gonna be there for him. I got the matchups down at the bottom of the screen here, so I'll just pull this up. But you got the Miami Dolphins. This is gonna be a pretty good game for Charbonnet. I think the touches are guaranteed. Sharp feels the safest, but I really like Dell. The matchup is really tough, but I think the matchup might be more tough for. And I still have Nico doing well, obviously, but the matchup will be more tough for Nico. And maybe even Diggs than it will be for Dell. Dell's being discarded. And, and I think defenses are going to probably focus on him last. So I think he's going to slip past the defense. I think he's going to have one of those monster scores or big games. But that's me. That's high risk, high reward, though, because of the matchup. So your safe play is Charbonnet. The touches should be guaranteed for him. And the matchup is not horrible. So that's probably my call. I will say that I do think, JSN, same matchup as Charbonnet. Obviously, they're on the same team. That's a good one as well. So either one is pretty solid. I think Sharbs is probably your safest bet. And every time Sharbs has been called upon, he's delivered. Like, he's absolutely delivered. Anytime he's ever asked to start, he's doing good things. So give me the guy that's getting all the work.
And then my other question for you is, do you think Kincaid's actually going to get the majority of the targets this week, or
do I think it versus what? I mean, of course, I still believe in him, bro. I'm not giving up on him after 2 weeks. Like, also keep in mind, Kincaid pulled in 3 of Josh Allen's 13 completions. He pulled in, or was it 3 or 4? I think it was right. I think it was 3. So you're talking about a guy that's like nearly pulling in 30% of all of Josh Allen's completions. It wasn't Kincaid's fault that Josh Allen completed 13 passes. It was
4.
It was games.
It was 4.
It was 4. Yeah, 4 of 13. That's right, because it was slightly under 33%. But you can't ask for more than that out of Kincaid. What's Kincaid supposed to do? He's consuming 33% practically. I can't hear you, bro. You're talking into a fishbowl.
Oh, sorry. I said he's almost at 100% reception rate.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Kincaid. Some people will say it's wild to me. Some people call it. You didn't really word it like this, so I'm not saying it to you, but it was borderline, where people were like, "Hey, I know you say you like Kincaid, but do we really like him?" Or, "Hey, I know you like Kincaid. I know we like Kincaid, but should I start him this week, or are we giving up on him?" Like, 2 weeks of football have happened. And that stat right there, the fact that he consumed as much as he could in week 2, it's not his fault. Now, you could say, "Hey, Smitty, I'm more worried about, are they going to even throw? Is Josh Allen just going to run the ball, and are they going to run the ball through Cook?" I would say I don't believe that's going to be the case. I believe that there's going to be games and outlier games, sure, but this is still a team that's trying to get in their groove in terms of the pass, and I think it's going to get better and better each week. And the moment Keon Coleman starts gaining the respect of defenses, things are going to change a lot. So I think that it all kind of unfolds this week. And it also depends on your option, like Kincaid versus who.
Kincaid's the only person.
Chris, I don't know what you're doing, bro. We can't hear you. I'm sorry. Let me call when you don't have so much background noise and when you're not. I don't know what was going on. It sounded like a bunch of people marching. Let me go over to Living Legend. You're live. But don't bench Kincaid.
Hey, Smitty, I had a question. I know you might know the answer to this. So I got Laporta as my starting tight end, right?
Yeah.
My man Bowers been balling, man. So I'm thinking of starting Bowers over Laporta. Am I crazy? Should I go into a fantasy nut house or with a trade jacket or what?
No, I think you need to make a trade though, because this is going to kill you. Each week you're going to get it. You're going to get this wrong, and Laporta's going to outscore Bowers some weeks, and Bowers is going to outscore Laporta some weeks. So you need to get rid of one. Problem is, you got to almost wait for Laporta to go nuts to get people to go, oh yeah, okay, I remember this, or you got to trade Bowers now. And either way, I'm fine. Like, I love Laporta. He's a top 3 tight end. I really believe he will be. But I would gamble on Laporta if I could get rid of Bowers. And if I can't, I wait a week. But you may get this wrong this week. Hard to know. But if you do get it wrong, at least you know you got good trade value, walking in. But you're not crazy, bro. Bowers is the number 1 tight end in the league, I think, long term. And I think he's showing it. He's a top 3 tight end right now. So... the problem with him is his offense, but they've been getting by. They've been throwing it to him. He's kind of been their safety net, but it's certainly not something I don't love their offense. You're in the red zone less, you're going to score less. I mean, it's not the best situation known to man. Make a trade, bro.
Plus, I got Debo Cup, man. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of like putting in wide receivers that I usually don't play because Debo and Cup is on my bench now for obvious reasons, man. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like right now I got
are you playing both?
Brown, Godwin, and
Then you just play both tight ends right now.
No, but I got great backs, so my backs are pretty decent because like on them 8-man leagues.
Yeah, but who's your flex?
So my backs are like I got 2 flexes. I got Gibbs and Jordan Mason in my flex.
Oh God, okay. Embarrassment of riches, bro.
Yeah, and I got Bijan and Kyron as my other backs. That's what I'm saying. But my receivers is now garbage because I got Debo and Cup on my bench.
It sounds like a nice 4-man league you joined.
No, it's an 8-man league. I just drafted the people I wanted to draft. It was like the way the draft came up. It was like I had like the turn, and since it was a super flex, people were drafting like QBs in the first round. So I was able to get guys I wanted because everybody wanted QBs.
Yeah. All right, Living Legend, appreciate you, bro. Good job. Keep it up. You got a good team. Right. You're still going to win. All right, later. All right, let me get these super chats out of the way. Ridley or Worthy? Worthy. It's Worthy. Worthy, I mean, long term, week 3, week 7, week 10. On the bye week, doesn't matter. Worthy's the answer. Worthy's the ticket. Trade Cup for Olave. I'd take Olave because Cup is out a significant amount of time. I mean, you got to take Olave on this one. This one here, I just supporting the show. Go Raiders. Just win, baby. Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate you. And congrats on Bowers, man. Having Bowers is such a fun. It's like me having MHJ. It's so fun. It makes football so fun on Sundays, even if you were to lose. But the Cardinals aren't losing. The Cardinals are winning.
Let's go. Mashed potatoes.
Let him cook.
Nothing better than having MHJ and winning. Traded Waddle for Dell and Braylon Allen. I think you way overpaid. I think you heard me talk about how Dell's going to bounce back, Money Mo, and how it's amazing. Everyone's doubting him. They're going to eat their words. And you bought Dell at that value. You didn't buy Dell at his cellar dweller value. You sold Waddle way too cheaply. Doesn't mean I don't think it'll work out. I just think you left a lot on the table, bro. You bought a $300,000 house for $400,000 just because I told you it'll be $500,000 in a couple months. You should have taken advantage of that other $100K. That's how I feel about that trade. But I still like Dell. Don't mistake what I'm saying. But fair market value, my friend. 8-man league. Josh Allen at running backs are Jacobs, Mixon, Ramondre, Steele, Mostert, Brooks. Wide receivers are Jamar Chase, J.J. London, DJ Moore, Keon. Good team. I'm trading DJ Moore and maybe Ramondre. DJ Moore and Mixon, probably hard to trade Mixon at this point. DJ Moore, Brooks and DJ Moore for one player. Guys that come to mind, you see who I love on this board right here this week. Worthy, go get Worthy. Go get Rice. Go get DK. Go get Devontae Smith. Go get Olave, even potentially Olave. So DJ Moore and Brooks for any one of those guys makes a whole lot of sense to me. Running backs, Jacobs, Kyron, JT, shoot for the moon. One of those is going to land, bro. And somebody might be out there going in the chat right now, no one's going to trade that for JT. And that's the person that doesn't ever get those because they never send those offers out. You send 20 offers out that are in almost grossly in your favor, you're probably going to get one of them because someone's going to be sleeping at the wheel, bro. That's the nature of sending offers in waves in droves. If you send them in waves, you will have a better shot at having somebody accidentally make a mistake. How many times have you made a trade that you regret the moment you press the button? Everybody's done that. Everybody's accepted a trade and they go, why'd I do that? The minute you trade it, you're like, why'd I do that? You're embarrassed to tell your friends what you traded. Immediately, you won't call your buddy up and be like, I did this trade. Everybody's done that. So don't tell me no one's trading that for JT or no one's trading that for Kyron. In my league's so good. I play in such a good league. Nobody would do that in my league. The world revolves around me. It happens all the time. I see it every single day. So stop. No one cares that no one does it in your league. Nobody cares at all. Trade my Shakir, Likely, and Najee for Derrick Henry. Yeah, I would, but then I start shopping Henry, but I feel good enough about that cost of entry that I don't care if I don't end up getting rid of him. That's a good bet to make. Let me go over to Marsman. Rock out. Marsman, what's up?
Yeah, what you do with Higgins, you try to wait to get value or try to sell on his previous performances from last year?
I mean, I'd try to sell, but I would definitely like put a governor on it, like a limit. I don't get rid of them for pennies on the dollar. But if you can trade him straight up right now for my boy Worthy, I do that. Higgins for Worthy. If you can add something to Higgins and get into like a Josh Jacobs right now and you need a wide receiver, so you're trading Higgins and Charbonnet or who's starting right now, or Higgins and Moss, because you're worried about that situation. Like these types of trades to get Jacobs would be fantastic. If it's not Jacobs, obviously ETN, who's such a data player right now. Those are all pretty good moves using Higgins, but you might need to beef up this Moss a little bit to, the bigger the RB you try to go after. And wide receivers, I mean, honestly, Higgins and Dell are very close to me in terms of like something I would for sure swap. Not everybody would, but I would take Dell.
We think about Olave. He hasn't really produced, even though
yeah,
it's
of course.
a lot of points.
Of course, I'd take Olave. All right, rock out. Hold on 1 second. Cap, you're live.
Okay. So I just made the ultimate trade, bro.
You let me decide on that, Cap. Go ahead.
Okay. I just gave up, okay?
Okay.
Josh Allen.
Okay.
Michael Pittman and Shakur for Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, and Elijah Moore. So now my team consists of the following: Patrick Mahomes, Josh Jacobs.
Hey, no offense. We don't need to hear the team. We got you. So Allen, Pittman, and Shakira. Say Shakir one more time.
Shakur.
Shakur. For Mahomes and Hill.
And Hill, bro.
Bro, so do you have vetoes in your trade or your league? Do they veto? No?
No, remember last time we talked about that. They tried to veto me for that trade with Allen for Stroud.
They tried to veto you?
Well, no, they didn't. I mean, it was overheld. But I mean, my point is, my team consists of the following.
But is there vetoes or no vetoes? Not is there maybe vetoes? Is there vetoes or no?
I mean, there's vetoes, but nobody uses
them.
So
why you say no then?
Back at this point.
Why'd you say no then? This is going to get vetoed.
Well, I mean,
I think.
The what?
I think it could get vetoed. If you've got vetoes, what you said you didn't, and then you say you did. I'd be scared that this is gonna get vetoed, bro. But hey, let me just tell you this.
It already went through. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
It already got the vote passed?
The team consists of the following. I have Patrick Mahomes, Josh Jacobs, A-Chain, Ray Rice, Tyreek Hill, McBride, and a flex, which I don't know if I should put Hill and start one of the receivers as far as Naylor, like you said yesterday. But I'm hearing a lot about Yoshi, bro.
Yeah, this is a crazy trade. I don't know. I don't know how. If you've got, look, I hate vetoes, but if you have vetoes,
you taught me to go for the gusto, bro. I went for the gusto. I make moves, bro.
You did.
I'm an honest businessman.
I don't know about honest. I think you're robbing people left and right. But how does your league feel about this?
No collusion, bro.
How does this league feel? How does this league feel about this?
I mean, I trade with everybody, so if they're minded to trading, I'm here.
Not
I'm
asking
open for
that.
business.
I'm asking, are they pissed off that you robbed this guy blind?
No, because I was already in second place before that.
This guy's logic is funny. I love you, Cap. Cap, nice move, bro. You smashed him into little bitty pieces, bro. Cap to the moon. Jeez. Talk about a lambaster in chief. What do you do for a living, Cap? I lambaste people, and then I tell them I'm an honest businessman. Oh, man. Mason from Arizona, you're live. Good job, Cap.
What's up, Smitty?
What's up?
I have a question for my flex spot. I'm the type of person that would sleep over this shit, so I'm like restless right now.
All right, let's get you a nice night's sleep tonight. Go ahead.
Yes, I need your insight. So T. Higgins coming back off of that injury. If it was yesterday, I'll probably if he had come off yesterday, I'd probably be more confident in him. But I'm trying to see what Zamir White would do against Carolina, and I'm trying to pick between the two.
Yeah,
what would you think I should do?
That's tough because this Carolina matchup is crazy.
Yeah.
Let's go to the chat on this one, and then I'll go around the phone line as well. But chat, please vote T. Higgins coming back from game 1, but nice matchup against the Washington Commanders, if I remember correctly. That's the bottom right matchup here. Washington Commanders. So that is a nice matchup. That's a juicy matchup. But guess who has a juicier matchup? That would be there it is, the Washington Commanders, the Bengals in the bottom right corner. Carolina. I mean, Carolina is like a gift. I don't know. Let's see what the chat thinks. They say Higgins, Zamir, T, Rashad White, T.
Rashad White.
Zamir White, Zamir T. This is pretty close, man. I would say majority of people are saying T. I don't know if I call it majority. It feels like maybe it's like 60-40. I don't know. Let's go around the phone line. Let me see. Travis, what do you think? T. Higgins or Zamir?
The fact that it's a hamstring with T, I'd probably just go Zamir, play it safe, but we all know what T can do.
Yeah, that Washington matchup. I mean, the thing is, Higgins said he was fine. He said
such a good matchup.
Higgins said he felt fantastic right before he sat out week 1.
Right.
So he didn't play week 1, didn't play week 2, and he said, I feel fantastic. So he's saying, are you playing this week? I'm playing him. He said, I'm 100%. Okay.
I don't trust him. But...
Yeah, I don't think I can. I don't think I could go off T. Higgins' word anymore. Zamir, I don't know.
What's Rockout doing? Is Rockout playing T anywhere?
You said what?
Are you playing T. Higgins anywhere? I know you were looking to trade him, but do you like him or
I'm
Zamir?
playing him one league if I can't trade him.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing.
Washington.
Here's the thing. What did Zamir have last week?
Not much.
I got it right here.
Yeah, look that up. Pull that up. I think
he had 9 for 24, and then 3 receptions for 14.
What about the week? What about week 1? What did Zamir have week 1?
13 for 44 with 2 receptions and a fumble lost.
You know the part that also worries me. This is the classic. This matchup's gold. This is the way it's gonna go, and then Carolina wins this game, and it's like, I'm gonna go T. Higgins because I trust T. Higgins more than I trust Zamir White, even though T. Higgins has lied to us, and we don't know what in the hell he's gonna do. I still think that there's a nice opportunity for him in PPR. This is tough, though. It's really tough. I'm going to go T. Higgins, final answer. And I don't lose too much sleep over it because Zamir and the Raiders, they don't feel that much better than the Carolina Panthers, to be honest. So I don't know. I know that they have some weapons. I know they've got a defense. I get it, but I don't know. Carolina gives us so much rushing yards, though. I don't know. This is so tough. I'm even wavering again.
Yeah, I'm betting on the volume. That is all I'm doing. It's a toss-up, and I'm just going to bet that they actually hand on the ball like 18 to 22 times.
It could just be one of those games where we all expect, because whenever you expect it, it doesn't happen. When you just say, oh, Carolina gives this up, it serves up this amount of rushing yards, it's going to happen. They change quarterbacks, it's going to be a disaster. Watch the Raiders be unable to move the ball. And we're all just like, what in the hell is going on? Like, this is one of those locks of the week. Hey, Smitty, give me a lock of the week. Oh, the Bengals beating the Raiders beating the lowly Carolina Panthers, and then your lock of the week is just thrown in the trash can.
All right, well, appreciate the insight.
Yeah, the other thing, too, is if Zamir has a big game, you got to trade him off the big game, bro.
Yeah, definitely would. Yeah. All right, appreciate it, y'all.
All right, later.
Kittle was officially out. We figured he probably was, but Kittle's officially out now.
I don't think anybody can have a good answer to that one.
Real quick. Oh no, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I just don't know. All right, I gotta circle the phone line off real quickly, guys. So as fast as you can, Travis, what were you gonna say real quick, and then I'll go around the phone line.
Just because Kittle's out, if you're hurting at tight end, what do you think of the Jaguars kid, Brenton Strange? He had a pretty good game. He was a second-round pick. They like throwing at the tight end, and Ingram's out. Like, I'm not saying play him over, starters, but some people are thin at tight end.
Yeah, I guess I'll monitor him. Sure.
Yeah. All
right, Travis. I'm gonna let you go, and I'm gonna swing around real quick on everybody else. Appreciate you, Travis.
Actually, can you come back to me? I had a question. I can't remember.
David, you got 30 seconds. David, hello.
Yo, it's me.
You're on mute.
What's up?
What's up, bro? Question, bro. Can I get a rundown on my team, or is it too?
You got 15 seconds.
Damn.
I said you got 30 seconds. You wasted 20 of them. Here, I'll reset it. 30 seconds. I can't do a full team breakdown. For 30 seconds, go.
All right, brother.
David.
Would you go Gino or Richardson this week?
Come on, David. Come on, David.
Dude, I was trying to go a team rundown, but I guess I'll go with a start sit question.
Look, Gino played pretty well, but we really sit in AR5, top 4 quarterback after week 1, top 4 quarterback. Before that, he's had one bad game, and you're putting him in Geno Smith's bucket. Like, really?
Against Miami, and then Chicago, this scares me a little bit because even CJ Stroud didn't have a big game against Chicago. That's the only reason.
Call terminated.
Okay. I had to clear the phone line anyway. Hey, Al from New York, you got 30 seconds.
2 flex, pick 2. Brian Thomas, Keon Coleman, or Jawan Jennings.
BT and Coleman. I don't trust Jennings, bro. Jennings had 19 receptions last year. Can we stop with the Jawan Jennings stuff? I get it. He could have a good game. They need him. He'll probably do pretty well. He probably will. I think he will. But if you want to sit Coleman for Jennings, I'm fine with it. BT, you can't sit BT. He keeps doing well. You can't sit BT. But I am not going to believe in Juwan Jennings like everyone else is, at least, where it's like this guy caught 19 passes last year, and the Niner fan base thinks he's a dog. He's a dog. He's just a straight up dog. 19 catch Juwan Jennings. What are we doing?
What about Whittington over Coleman?
That I'm entertaining. But I'm thinking Coleman has his breakout game. Whittington's probably safer. I think Whittington's going to get fed. His usage was absolutely phenomenal last week. At the end of the game, they were really going to him, and you know, when Johnson got the nod, it's because of the fit, you know, the positional fit. When Cooper Kupp went down and Puka was already out, now Whittington gets to get a shot, and I think Whittington's safer, but I definitely feel like Coleman's breakout game is here. So I'm going to go Coleman. I'm going to live and die by Coleman. I get that, and that might not be what you want. Whittington's a tiny bit safer, bro. All right, I got to roll. Appreciate you, Al. Call in if we open the phone lines again. Cam from Tennessee, you got 30 seconds. Go, quick.
2 start-sit questions. Baker or AR5? And
Finish him. Call terminated.
Pittman or...
Okay, Baker, Air. Look, I get the Baker love. I get it. We're not sitting R5. Stop. Just stop. Rock out. You're live.
Yeah. Who would you try to get if you added Stevenson to T. Higgins?
Stevenson and Higgins? I might get us something. I think maybe in like Stevenson alone, like this is the psychology. I love bringing psychology to this show here. Stevenson, this is how it goes. Ready? Hey, Bob, do you want my Ramondre Stevenson? Hell no. Hell no. Do you see what happened in that game? I don't know if he's getting guaranteed touches. I don't know what's going on over there. I don't want anything to do with that. But hey, Bob, you want my Stevenson and Higgins? Hey, Stevenson still has got some upside. Like that's what a 2-for-1 does. It lays off the responsibility of the questionable party. And so Higgins by himself is questionable. Stevenson by himself, questionable. But you do a 2-for-1. Now this guy's not a liability. He's an upside. The wonderment of what Stevenson could become. Because he's not the sole provider of this trade. So I think this can get you more than you think. You can try for ETN. I don't know that you'll get it. You can try for St. Brown. You're probably most certainly going to get shot down. But you could try. JT, you could try. You'll probably get shot down, but you never know. I'm shooting for all those. Kamara, I would try for Kamara. I'd try for Kyron. I would try for... I'd honestly take... obviously I'd try and grab MHJ.
Yeah.
I can't off the top of my head. I can't think of any other players that really fit this. Obviously the guys above those guys, but ETN. I think I already said that, or did I? I don't know. ETN. Yeah, ETN would be good. ETN would be a good fit. He's definitely a risk, but he'd be a good fit. Kyron, ETN. For anybody else, JT, if they're watching, like those are all good moves. Higgins and Stevenson can get you a pretty decent haul. It's just got to be the right person getting in the elevator. They've got their phone out. Somebody stepped on their foot. They're brand new Nikes, the white Nikes. They polished them up, brought them to work. They're allowed to wear any shoe day or whatever. And he's sitting there, and somebody steps on his Nikes. He walks out. He drops his Cobb salad on the ground, and he's pissed off. And he sees this offer sitting there on his phone, and he's really mad at JT. And he just says, "Screw it, JT. You're gone." Hits the button. And then he gets to his cubicle and he says, son of a bitch! Why did I do that trade? Don't tell me that people don't accept this kind of BS. They do all the time. I see it every day. I get so worked up when someone comes to me and says, Smitty, no one's doing this trade. Hey, Smitty, there's no way I give up Stevenson and Higgins for JT. JT's going to have a bad year. I'm getting hit from both sides. People telling me that no one's doing this over here. No one's doing this over here. I see it all. Stop it. Okay, rock out. Appreciate y'all. See you later, pal.
Cool.
Sean, you got 10 seconds. Sean, you got 10 seconds, bro. That's it. No full team eval or nothing. Go. You tell me bench AR5, I'm hanging up on you.
Start Kyler or AR5.
Finish him. Call terminated.
Now, the only reason I hung up on him was because I said it was damn AR5 question. But that's a tough one. that one I don't know the answer to. That's why I hung up on you. I need to buy some time. But no, the AR5 question has got to stop. It's just an automatic hang up on this line. I'd probably say Kyler's safer. AR5 is right there. He's right there. He's right there. AR5 is borderline 4 to 8. Kyler is borderline 4 to 6, 7. So it's just there's overlap for sure. Can AR5 outscore Kyler any damn week? Could Kyler outscore AR5 any damn week? There's major overlap, but Kyler's got maybe that one slot advantage in my ranking, so I'm going to go Kyler. But that's a good question. Hopefully he's still listening. All right, Travis, last question.
Yeah, I just had a question about BTJ. One, do you think he'll start getting more volume, or do you think he's going to, at least for this year, be a guy where it's like 3 or 4 targets and he's got to hit a
he'll get better.
Big one?
Yeah, he'll get more. They'll feed him more and more.
So
Yeah.
would you trade Akers and BTJ to get Godwin or Ayuk?
Yeah.
Either one.
Yeah, I would. I would take the upgrade. I'd take the upgrade. I guess.
All right, thanks, buddy. Appreciate
yeah,
it.
I don't know which one though. Chat, vote Godwin or Ayuk for weeks 3 through 18, 3 through 17. Godwin or Ayuk. All right, later, Travis. Appreciate you. All right, phone lines are closed. I'm sorry, Cam. Cam's trying to get in here. We're not doing it. Not doing it, Cam. I'm sorry. We're moving on. $20 hauler from Bob in accounting. This guy knows how to account for a lot. Okay, Bob knows what he's doing here. He says, hey, Smitty, my Ken Walker is down. Bob, where have you been, by the way? We haven't seen Bob's face, this glorious face. Look at this man. We haven't seen this in so long. Hey, Smitty, my Ken Walker is down. Thinking of trading my Tyreek and Ford for Mason and CMC. Tyreek and Ford for Mason and CMC. I'd take Mason and CMC. Oh, you get London as well? Tyreek and Ford. Yeah, I mean, bro, I almost did that for CMC and Mason straight up. Definitely. Bob, do it. Don't love Tyreek's QB. Yeah, I don't either. Bob, I smashed the hell out of that trade. Bob, appreciate your $20 $20 super chat. Bob to the moon. Bob's stock is up, everybody. It's up.
On the rise.
It's on the rise. I appreciate Bob. Glad to see Bob back in the saddle. 600 of you in here. Please punch that thumb up button. I have Debo and Kittle. Who do I start at wide receiver 2? And who do I drop for a waiver tight end? I would start personally, I would start Coleman this week, but BT's a little safer. And who do you drop? Probably Jennings. I know Jennings may do well this week, and you can drop someone else that's going to help you longer term if you want, but I'm not gonna sell the long term value on Juwan Jennings just for this week. Trade Rashee Rice to get Jordan Mason. I'd rather have. Damn, bro. You're putting me in a pickle here. I guess I'd rather have. I don't know. Chat, what do? You got CMC. Can we vote on this one for Martin? This is a hell of a question, Martin. This is a hell of a question. A hell of a dilemma to put me in. Because I'm a big fan of both of these guys. I have animations for both of them. I don't know. This is a tough one. I need to go to the chat on this one. I need to phone a friend. So, chat, please vote on this one. You see the question. He has Christian McCaffrey. Does he trade Rashee Rice to get Mason? The problem is, like, yeah, you're getting the now, but you're also giving up a very equal talent, in my opinion, in Rashee Rice, and it's also potentially not long-term because McCaffrey could come back. Now, McCaffrey might not come back. This could save you in one sense, but at the same time, no matter what, you're getting rid of the Rashee Rice value, so it's not like you're only gaining or something from this situation. What's he doing here? What's he doing here? People, vote on this one. Rice, totally fair trade, depends on roster. Rice, wait for CMC. He's waiting for CMC no matter what, but the question is, does he do this trade? Rice, keep Rice and pick up Garendo. Keep Rice. I'm going to say Rice, bro. I love Mason. I love him. But what if he gets banged up? Yeah, and make sure you have Garendo. Don't be that guy that you missed out on Mason already when I told you to grab him. Yes, every CMC owner needs to have both Garendo and Mason. You didn't listen. Make sure you're listening about Garendo. Because if Mason went down, then you'd have Rice and Garendo, or starting Garendo. Start 3, Waddle, Worthy, Ford, Reed, Kirk, Deontay. I'm going to go Waddle, Worthy, and Reed. Bob from Accounting again says also have Achane, Rashee Rice, Tank Dell. Achane, Rashee Rice, Tank Dell. I don't think I'm trading Rice, bro. Bob to the moon. Bob to the moon. Bob, where you been? I think that's why you don't have Masons. You haven't been in here every day. Keeper sold. Thank you for the $20 super chat, Bob. You're the man. Keeper sold Daniels for Dobbins. Why? What must I do to make my point clear? You traded Jaden Daniels for Dobbins. Drop someone for Huntley, May, or Vidal or Tolbert because you trade away your starting quarterback in a keeper league. Dak, Brees. I do like Dak though. Dak, Brees, but I would have traded JD5 for somebody better than J.K. Dobbins in a keeper league though. Rice, GSN. Drop someone. I mean, you're probably dropping. If it's a pure dynasty league, which is different than keeper, then I'm maybe dropping Dowdle or maybe Mitchell. But if this keeper player doesn't have any sort of long-term value because it's a limited keeper league, then I'd probably drop Mitchell because I don't know that Mitchell's going to even be ready anytime soon, bro. But I monitor him because the job could, become open. Should I sit Nico for Moss or Charbonnet?
Finish him. Call terminated.
He's not even on the phone line and terminating the call. What are we doing, AG? What are we doing? Week number 3, wide receiver rankings. Nico Collins is number 4. Apparently you missed the beginning part of the show. I think you had to have because I don't know why you would ask me that question. But AG, I hope that passionate answer helps you. Charbonnet's nice though. Not saying don't get Charbs in the lineup, but is Josh Downs worth picking up? He is, but it depends on for who, my guy. I'd rather have A.D. Mitchell for the season, honestly. Start Juwan Jennings over Dell or Worthy. Let's see, where's Juwan Jennings? Oh, he's not on here. Worthy's my number 8 wide receiver this week, bro. So the answer to that is astounding, though. Astounding, though. Worthy all the way. Hey, PPR, need 1 wide receiver, 1 flex. Flowers, J-Mo, Terry, Cook. My running backs are Bijan, Mason, Garrett Wilson, wide receiver 1. Drop Jalen Wright for Garendo. I dropped kicker already. I don't know. This is a tough one because Wright could really get some work in this one and really be hard to grab again. I'd probably say having Mason Garendo is a little bit more important to you, Bobby. A little bit more important to you. 16-man league, $10 hauler, Achan, Najee, Warren, Brooks deep at wide receiver with Chase, Rice, Olave, J-Mo, Shaheed. I like this. I like the squad here. Offer Robinson, DeMarcus Robinson to the Wright owner. Yeah, sure. I would take Wright in a second, given how deep you are at wide receiver. It only makes sense, especially if you need to grab Wright for any reason. Flex J-Mo, Connor, JK, or Shakir. Probably James Conner this week, but J-Mo and Connor are very close. Or JK's very good. Damn it. Chat, can we vote on this one? J-Mo, James Conner, JK Dobbins. JK should have some work. I'm going to go Connor. But JK's a tough sit. J-Mo's a tough sit. They're all three. I'd make a trade, bro. Trade whatever two you don't start. Trade them for one player. Try and upgrade your quarterback. Try and upgrade your tight end. Traded Kelsey and Stevenson for Kyron before Thursday Night Football. You have likely. I think that could go either way. I really think it could, but I'd rather have Kyron. But it's not like you ripped him off based on the fair market value, at least. But I do like that side more. Trade my car, Monty, McConkey for Mahomes and Zamir. I would take Mahomes and Zamir by a country mile. Good job. And Ryan, I'm on the Daniels Dobbins. I'm the Daniels Dobbins trader. Daniels Dobbins trader. Ryan, I don't remember what I think the question was trading Daniels. I don't know what you mean by this, but Daniels is way better than Dobbins in a keeper league. My boy Daniel's getting disrespected pretty badly. All right, I think that's all we got here today. Appreciate every one of you. We'll be back tonight. Kittle's out. Any other news here I can read off real quickly for all you guys? Kittle is officially out. Taysom Hill was downgraded to doubtful. Evan Ingram is ruled out. Yoshi Voss was fined $5,305 for unsportsmanlike conduct. So they basically took away his entire paycheck. Way to go. Way to go, NFL. Drake London fined $14,000 for his unsportsmanlike gesture. NFL's cracking down today. NFL needs to pay the rent. Jamar Chase is fined $31,000 for his unsportsmanlike conduct. The NFL's paying rent. You gotta get that bread and feed the chickens today. Chubbs with a $2 hauler. Drop one for a kicker. Corum, Wright, Brown, Shakir, Allen. Probably either Chase Brown or Shakir. I don't drop Corum. I don't drop Wright. I don't drop Braylon. So let's go with drop Chase Brown for now and monitor him. But if you need the running back more than the wide receiver, then you drop Shakir. 10-team, Kyler, Achan, Mason, CMC, Garendo, nice job. Chase Brown, London, Rice, Worthy, Waddle, Cup, Dell. It's a great team, a lot of depth. I mean, the only thing I'd even contemplate doing, I love the top half of the team, is to try and somehow, some way upgrade a wide receiver like Waddle and Cup together for Jamar Chase before he pops off. Waddle and Cup together, that could get you a Jamar. That can get you an MHJ. That could get you a JJ potentially. And I don't trade Dell. I'd throw Pearson. I'd throw BT in to get that trade done. London and Waddle could maybe get the same deal done, and I'd consider that, given Cup will eventually come back. Ricky to the moon. Appreciate you. All right, I'll see you all later tonight. We'll be back.
Well, no going back now. You sure you want to do this, Kyle? Yeah. We have to. Let's go. Start the procedure.
Masonites, assemble.
Easter wide receiver from the combine.
He can't catch.
He has hands.
Many say he won't make it at the next level.
Enough. Watch me. I must go back and make it right.
Xavier Worthy. He can't catch. Just fast. He won't make it.
Catch this. Great catch. Wow, nice catch. He's not overrated catching the ball.
He can really catch.
It's Chiefs season. Mahomes is scoring 45 plus touchdowns. Let them cook.
What is a lion heart? I am him.
When times get tough, they call on a beast. That beast rises up and starts to feast. Carson Steele will sharpen and do his part, because he, the beast, is the lion heart. He is the lion heart. He is the lion heart. He is the lion heart.
Live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, every single Monday through Friday. Additionally, live whenever news breaks and live most midnights. So we will be back tonight. Don't forget, we'll draft tonight. We kind of ran out of time. We'll draft tonight on Underdog Fantasy, promo code Smitty. Here's that link right now so you guys can get all ready to go. The Patreon link is pinned in the live chat currently. And here's the link to Underdog so you guys can get ready to draft tonight. We'll draft tonight. We'll draft tonight. We will draft tonight. Flo says the beat. What do you say here? Flo says this could have been a good video since the beat is fire. Everything else is just way too trippy. Flo didn't like the Lionheart video, so let's play it again for him.
What is a lion heart? I am him.
When times get tough, they call on a beast. That beast rises up and starts to feast. Carson Steele will sharpen and do his part, because he, the beast, is the lion heart. He is the lion heart. He is the lion heart. He is the lion heart.
Got him.
Your Bijan card has been revoked.